All right, today is December 8th. Well, good morning, traders. Welcome back from the weekend. Today is December 18th, 2023. My SPY pivot this morning is 470.28. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. The Fab Five, we all know who they are. In daily uptrends, FNGU made a new yearly high. Diamond Dow is starting retreat from its all-time high. IWM is starting to retreat from its new yearly high. QQQ made a new yearly high and is now within striking distance of the all-time high. SPY has started to retreat from its new yearly high. Gold and silver have bounced back from the higher low. Bounced back to the midpoint after making the higher low on the daily charts. USO technically has started an uptrend, but is still below the daily trend line. We'll take a look at that. UNG has bounced back from 450 to the $5 level. That's a pretty good pop there. What's that, a 15, 20, 15, maybe a 12% pop in a couple days? That's pretty nice money right there. The US dollar index is consolidating at 102.50 level. Let's go take a look at some charts. Oh, where are my graphs? Where are they? Here they go. Here we go. All right, SPY, we'll start with that one first. Hit back on the daily. All right, let's take a look at a cleaner chart. All right, so here's SPY putting in a nice big candle here. It's a daily chart at the end of a 5-bar rally, ending off in a doji, and Friday was another doji right there. Notice we have a lower low and a lower high here after that yearly high on the SPY. So all-time high for SPY is 480, so it's within striking distance. I think it's a 2-day move to get there. I mean, it could do it. I mean, this was a 464 to 471. I've seen SPY move $10 in a day, so I mean, it's within a striking distance if they want it. But anyways, there's SPY. Now I'm going to share one other chart with you. Actually, I'm not going to share another chart. I'm going to drill down and show you what I see. All right, so, and it's coming up. I'm going to find it here. All right, here's 10-minute chart. All right, so this, I anchored a VWAP on, this is the breakout candle for the FOMC statement. Okay, we were above it right there. And you can see we popped. And then we spent the whole day Thursday above it, but then we spent the whole day Friday below it, okay? Now, this should represent quite a good value if they were highly interested in it in this pop. So we'll see. So my SPY pivot this morning is right up here, 470.28, something like that. What did I put down? Yeah, 470.28. So you can see right over the tops of this base here. That's my pivot. So we start trading and we close candles up here. I'm bullish, and I'm talking closing 10-minute, 15-minute candles up here. And if we're below, I'm still going to be bearish down to here. All right, we'll see what they want to do. They might go after that all-time high. But anyway, there's the anchored VWAP. So if they still want it, it's theirs for their taking. But it's up there. All right, now the 4-hour chart. Let's look at it. This is the 4-hour chart. Okay, biggest green candle I've seen in a long time. That's a pretty big candle. Usually comes possibly at the end of the move. We don't know if it's the end of the move. Followed by a perfect doji. Followed by another 4-hour candle making a lower high and a lower low, followed by another candle making a lower high and a lower low, and followed by one more candle making it inked out a higher high but made a lower low. Okay, so let's take a look. let's just measure that with the quad lines. All right, so where are we? So there's the new yearly high, and we pull back to the midpoint. That's a typical move. So it's possible they come back up here and give it a shot one more time to see if they can break through. We'll see what happens. I don't know. That looks like an exhaustion candle to me. We'll see what happens, all right? It's a pretty big candle. At the end of a move, it looks like an exhaustion candle. So we'll see if they have success today or this week. I don't think so, but anything's possible. All right, let's go back to QQQ. All right, here's QQQ on the daily chart, making new yearly highs. And you can see the all-time high is up here about, let's see here, about 408.79. And they got as high as Friday. They got as high as 406.54. That's pretty darn close. All right, so that's theirs for the taking if they want it. They're within striking distance as well. All right, so there's QQQ and SPY within striking distance of tagging the all-time highs. So we'll see what they want to do. FNGU. All right, here's FNGU. Inked out a higher high on Friday by 16 cents for the year. A higher high for the year. Okay, so a new yearly high for FNGU made, it's a 16-cent high. All right, so that's FNGU. So we'll see if they want to do a more defined higher high for the year, but still in an uptrend. Yeah, by the way, all of them are all still in uptrends with higher lows and higher highs. Let's take a look at IWM. All right, here we are with IWM. IWM put in on Thursday a new yearly high up there. Long ways away from the all-time high, which is 245.47. Okay, but still nice work on the IWM. New yearly high right there. It's amazing what they can do in about a month and a half if they want to. So there's IWM. And it's starting to retreat with a lower high and a lower low right there on IWM. So now let's take a look at USO. All right, so we have a high right here. You can't see. It's hard to see. But that candle right there, right over my cursor, there's a high there, okay? And you can see we made a higher high. So technically, we're kind of in an uptrend. But you draw in the trend line, we're still underneath this trend line. Okay, technically we've started an uptrend. Not a very strong uptrend, hasn't even broke trend indicator yet, but we've started an uptrend right there, making a higher high. All right, so, but in my eyes, it's still underneath the downtrend. It's still a downtrend line. All right, so there's USO, UNG. Okay, so here's UNG popping. Let's see if I can pull this up. You can see a little better. Coming all the way down the 450 level, stalled out, and now is coming back to the trend line. So where would the trend line come out? Well, let's just put it right up there. So looks like a trend line challenge is going to be probably right around the range of 530. And they might want to spike it and go to 550. We'll see what happens. But still in a downtrend there on UNG. Silver and gold. Silver put in a higher low and is back at the midpoint. All right, so it's probably going to consolidate here. We'll see where it goes from there. It may want to challenge the low one more time before going up, creating a W pattern. So there's silver back at the midpoint. Gold doing the same thing, all right? So here's gold doing the pullback and then back at the midpoint. All right, so again, it may just take off from here. And it may just want to pull back to the midpoint, actually back to the low, test it one more time, and then make and then make a W pattern to come all the way back up to 192. We'll see what happens. There's gold, okay? So we just did gold. Let's take a look at SMH. How about that? SMH putting in new all-time highs up here. I'm running out of space. It's up so high. Let me pull it down. See? New all-time highs. That's how many candles up. Geez, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 8 candles up. Actually, that's 7 if I delete that red candle. So there's 7 candles up. That could be a top. It's a prime number, 7. They usually work in prime numbers. So we'll see what happens. SMH may be retreating now. You got that topping wick candle up there. So we'll see what happens. All right, IYT, it's our transports. Putting in the pause candle with a higher low and a higher high. No, they didn't quite make it to the yearly highs, okay? They came within probably pennies. So the high there, 266.74. The high here, 267.85. So about, what's that, about a buck? 266.74. 267.85. So $1.10, about around that, about $1.10. So they came within $1 of taking out the yearly high there. That's not the all-time high. The all-time highs are up here at 283. So nice move on the IYT. We'll see what happens today. But you can see they put in the pause candle. This may be over temporarily. And there's the transports. You can see everything's bullish here. Got our trend indicator in there. Higher lows, higher highs. All right, let's take a look at XLF. XLF, very bullish. Okay. Put in a pause candle on Thursday. Friday was a lower high and a lower low. And XLF, that's a new yearly high up there, 37.75. All-time high for the XLF, 41.42. So it's not within striking distance, but producing a new yearly high, that's a big task. That took a lot of capital to move that all the way up there. So nice work on the XLF. Now let's take a look at. Now we want this. What do we want here? We want this one right here. Okay, so here's the U.S. dollar index consolidating around the 102.50 level. All right, back here we got the July low, and then we got the September high. Up here, September high, the July low. Then a pull back to the flat 200. And we need to produce a candle below this big exhaustion red candle here for this to get back into the downtrend. Right now it looks like it's just going to consolidate before making that move. Or it may have to come back up here and test the flat 200. We'll see what happens. But it's the candle below this that decides the future for the U.S. dollar index. On the economic calendar for this week, let me refresh this. And for this week, we have housing market index at 10 a.m. Tuesday, we got housing starts. Wednesday, we have consumer confidence at 10. Existing home sales. A lot of things about the homes this week. Existing home sales at 10, and petroleum status. Big one this week looks like it's going to be GDP. GDP on Thursday at 8:30. Jobless claims right after. So the main event this week is the GDP at 8:30 on Thursday. And then we've got, you can see durable home goods, more home sales, consumer sentiment, all on Friday. But the main event is Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. All right, for the earnings calendar, what do we have for today, Monday? Helco, both of their corporations are going to report in the evening, 25 billion each. Well, 25 billion and 20 billion. All right, Tuesday, what do we got? BHP is going to do it again. All right, we'll see. Accenture, 225 billion, roughly, right there on Tuesday in the morning time. And then comes FedEx. That should have an impact on the transports. All right, so that's 70 billion there. And Satisfy Communications, 34 billion. They're coming out. They don't know yet. BHP, don't know yet. Wednesday, Micron. Looks like that's a semiconductor. I think so. All right, 90 billion. They're going to come out in the evening. And General Mills, there's consumer staples right there, 38 billion. And they're going to come out in the morning. So we'll see what happens here. All right. All right, traders. So that's the morning update, morning conditions and analysis. I'll take questions in the room. All right. And for everybody out there in YouTube, I got a new Facebook. I want you to know that we got some open house. It's going to be 27th and 28th. I want to let you know about that. We're going to have I think $500 in prizes to be given away at the open house. It's either at the open house or the 29th. I'm not positive, but it's around there. So get registered. We're going to have links up there soon. Be nice to see. I don't know how many. It's $500 in prizes. I think it's going to be broken down into, I don't know, $50 increments or $100 increments, or I don't know. But either way, it's out there, free money. All you got to do is go out there and register and play the game. And you could win. So we'll see what happens. All right. So if you're not on my Facebook, please join. All right. Looking forward to making a nice group of traders. All right. So we'll see y'all at 4 out there in YouTube and Rumble Land.